I remember when the very first time I suffered from survivor's guilt. Hi, my name is Dr. Jamila Banks, and I'm your holistic licensed marriage and family therapist who specializes in trauma informed care, anxiety, depression, and suicide management and reduction. And I remember when the first time I suffered from survivor's guilt. In ninth and 10th grade at Dorsey High School, I had two besties. One of my besties was named Sasha Nicole Pye, and everyone knew that we were best friends. I was at her house all the time, or she was at my house all the time. We hung out before school, during school, after school. We ditched together, ran the neighborhood together. That was my girl. In summer, before I started 11th grade, again, I was homeless and living in hotels and with family members, and we lost contact. When I started Gardena High School, we did not resume contact until like my senior year. We just text and we had phone calls, but we never got to see each other. When I graduated from high school, I went off to USC to start my college career. I was working about 3 to 4 jobs a week, taking 18 to 20 units a semester my entire USC career. So again, we had different paths. We would text, we would talk on the phone, but we really didn't see each other. When I graduated from USC and started a family and got married and had kids, we saw each other a few times. I remember she came after one of my baby showers and gave me some gifts, and then I did go to see her in my early 20s or late 20s, and she was still living in the jungles, and I visited her and we hung out and we caught up. That was the last time I saw her. Throughout the years, we would connect on Facebook, we would connect through social media, we would talk on the phone. Sometimes we would lose contact. She struggled a lot with employment, with finances, socially, emotionally, but we always tapped in with each other. We did not see each other after that last time we saw each other because our paths just never seemed to cross. I was always busy working and running businesses and building my family, and she was also busy working and running her family and helping out her family. In 2022, I got a message that she had been stabbed and that she was in the hospital. And the next day, she passed away, and I was not able to see her. And I did experience some survivor's remorse and survivor's guilt. I often thought about her and our trajectory of life after we graduated. And although she wanted to go to school and get a degree, she was never able to. And I kind of felt guilty that I was able to experience that. She was not able to really live out her dreams and her passions, and I was able to, and I felt a little guilty. She was not able to travel across the world or different states as much. She was really not able to move out of the jungles and get out of the neighborhood, and I felt a little guilty. And as a survivor, I would question why our paths were different. We both grew up in the neighborhood. We both had kind, caring, loving mothers that were always supportive and looking out for us. But when we graduated, our paths split. And because I was able to have different experiences, unlike my friend, and that she passed away so young and didn't get to have those experiences, I kind of felt guilty, and it really made me sad for a while. I learned that I had to tell myself that everybody's individual path and journey in life is different. And although we may have different resources and different forms of support, we do choose our path and we do make choices for us based on our environment and our resources around us. And we had different forms of resources and support, and I was able to make different life decisions. So, instead of feeling guilty, about surviving, instead of feeling sad about still being here without her, I continue to step in purpose and live my life to honor her by living out my dreams, by reaching my goals, by traveling and having experiences and doing the things that she could not do because she transitioned at such a young age. So shouts out to my bestie from from high school, Sasha Nicole Pye, rest in heaven, rest in power. I love you, girl.